So how can you go about constantly making progress in your life without stressing out? So let's jump right in. First is remembering that the person that can maintain their focus the longest wins. Do you know why Einstein is an absolute genius? It's because he has no friends. I'm kinda half kidding, but there's really nothing that's distracting him from a full intent on his work. And that is why he is able to accomplish so much. For most of us, we don't need to go and lock ourselves in the basement and then really focus. But what we do need to do is practice really staying with the problem even though it gets really boring or dull. You know how when you watch a video and it gets really boring and then you just skip it? That is exactly one of the key habits of why you're not progressing in life. Because you're subconsciously training yourself to avoid things that are not immediately interesting. And that also includes problems that if you solve those problems, you will get a better life. I know this will be difficult, but if you want progress in life, then you have to learn to maintain that focus. Next, you always want to be focusing on maxing out your skills and not the results. And this is really important because we usually look at how we're doing depending on how other people think about us and not on what we're actually learning. Like, let's say if we're learning how to take pictures, and it looks like crap because we're still learning. And then when other people aren't that impressed by it, we feel less motivations to keep trying. But if you keep focusing on photography and not people's reactions towards it, that's how eventually you get really good at something and acquire a skill that other people cannot take away. And then the more of these skills that you have, the more control you'll have over your life. Because you now have skills and talents that other people want to pay for. Then you can ask for more flexible hours and better pay. So always be focusing on improving your skills, even if it doesn't give you immediate results. Next is, you don't want to have the, oh, I'll do it tomorrow kind of attitude. You know how when you're trying to go on a vacation, and some people always pack last minute, they forgot tons of things and they always have to borrow from other people? And that's because of that attitude, I'll do it tomorrow. Putting things off to the last minute, you're pretty much asking to forget, mess up, have problems because there's just so much stress packed in. For the people that started packing a week before, little by little, they'll become a lot more prepared because they aren't under that much pressure and they aren't anxious. This is why if you're really trying to own your life, always look for small things that you can be doing to make your tomorrow easier. Don't pile up a bunch of stuff and then when you finally have to do it, you hate your life. And that's how you set yourself up to be demotivated. Last, the person that's actually discouraging most people is themselves. When you feel like the economy, education, student loans, everything is setting up for you to fail. Honestly, it really does suck. But where people really let this affect them is if their story ends here. My life sucks because of the economy. End of story. And really, nobody wants their life to be stopped by the economy, but they talk to themselves like it's true. And then eventually they beat their own motivations and efforts out of their system, and then they let social media make them feel even more depressed. And finally, they end up in a place where they feel like their life just can't change. And this is why you have to remember to cut the toxic self-talk and remember that your story did not end yet. My life sucks because of the economy, but I still managed to get the job that I want and now I'm traveling the world. Don't make a habit of killing your own motivation. Yeah, let me know which one of these points you like and I will see you in my next video.